Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
And tip-top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final, where we clearly are no longer solo rolling. Will Wilson, Will Wilson.
Solo no longer, Chris. Plenty of great basketball action on tap today, with highlights coming from the Suns Classic, the Saucy Turkey Tournament, and the Quincy High Shootout. But we start tonight with the Lady Raiders putting on their 57-game win streak on the line against Incarnate, a team ranked #1 in the nation in one prep poll.
They certainly looked the part tonight. Lots of size. Ugly start to this game for both teams. IWA turnovers. Quincy Notre Dame couldn't finish until Kristen Gengenbacher gets things going in the second. We pick it up here in the third. Game starts to get interesting. You're looking at Nafisa Collier, and every school in the country is looking at her, including UConn. You see why. She had 20 and 9 tonight. She was the deal, but Q&D down big early, as many as 9. Starts coming back in this one. Mary Beth Hugenberg doing her thing from the high post. She's got that in the repertoire. Then it's Mary Beth doing more. The steal, the larceny, the lay-in at the other end. Q&D within 4 at that point, and the deficit continues to shrink. Cassidy Foley, the lead down to 1 at that point. How about Kristen Gengenbacher again cutting the lead down to 3 at this point? Unfortunately for Quincy Notre Dame, the fourth quarter did not go at all well. More Nafisa Collier with a great take right here and the finish at the other end. Thing got ugly in the fourth quarter. Q&D gave IWA all they could handle. Final count in this one, though, 52-32 is how it ended up. On the boys' side tonight, the debut for Q&D. Dun, 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 tonight. Star Wars theme tonight. Drew Eaton, do your thing, young man from the outside, knocking down the 3 in this one. Quincy Notre Dame up early in the first half. Heath Schatz, appropriately named, had plenty in answer tonight for Sullivan. 25 points, 11 boards for that kid. He was the full show. Meanwhile, Quincy Notre Dame on the attack. It's Drew Eaton finding Barry Welper, who misses his first shot, but if at first you don't succeed, put it back on the rebound. Good stuff from him. Then Justin Bodorf with a nice shot from the wing. The freshman showing out right here. Back and forth we go. Late first half, Q&D leading and looking to extend in this one. Austin Tappy going to clean things up right here on the inside off the beautiful eventual feed right there. Mr. Tappy getting it done. And then at the very end of the first half, check out Aubrey Reese, soccer star. He can do it with his hands as well. Look at the little nifty move. Going to feed Mr. Cramsey right there. Q&D led at the half, but ended up falling apart a little bit down the stretch as Quincy Notre Dame opens its season with a loss to what turned out to be a pretty good Sullivan team, 55-45. How about game number 2 tonight for the Quincy Blue Devils? Parker Bland, the freshman, making his debut in the starting lineup. We haven't seen that very often from a freshman phenom at Blue Devil Gym. Quincy High tonight in game number 2 taking on Jacobs. Good rivalry. Two teams like each other, respect each other, love having Jacobs down. They always bring a nice crowd. Great people involved with that program. Start you off with Quincy High off to the good start, and it is the young blood making it happen. Freshman on his first take. Mr. Parker Bland gets the bucket to go. He's not done. His second take thrilled the crowd as well. Parker Bland, do your bidding. Great shot right here by him. 4 points, 3 rebounds for the freshman in his debut tonight. I tell you what, at the other end, Mr. Mack, a heck of a guard from Jacobs. Number 1, number 5, both those guys really aggressive. Mack with a great take right here. Still the bigs for the Blue Devils taking it strong in the first half. Barnell Thomas doing his thing as well. He's been hot to start the season, and then off the Bland miss, it's Barnell Thomas again. Amid the double team, somehow gets the ball off and gets to fly. Great stuff from him. Second quarter, Luka being heard from as well. Luka Radovic coming up strong right here. Post move through the contact. Connor Mellon doing it as well. Quincy High had a big first half lead. Then they were on the business end of a 16-3 run that put Jacobs up. But in the end, Zach Burry, your reigning KHQA Student Athlete of the Week, hits a jumper, a 3-pointer to win it at the buzzer, 44-41. We hope to show you highlights of that on Sensational 7. We know they're coming this week, so we appreciate that. We'll show you the big shot coming up on Monday. Got a funny feeling, Will, that will be the play of the week. Let's take a look at the scoreboard very quickly. At the Gene Berkschneider tournament today, Rushville Industry, a win to improve to 2-2 in the season. West Central, not so lucky as the Cougars suffer their first loss, 61-56 to Lutheran of Springfield. Also today, Jacksonville wins again. The Crimsons improved to 2-0 in the season, beating Northwest Academy at Alton 71-67. Up at Spoon River in the Tip-Off Classic, How about an upset tonight? West Prairie bounces back off an ugly game on Wednesday. These are the Cyclones we are expecting. Jamie Cousins leads the way in a 48-41 victory over Beardstown. And Spoon River, it would be Havana beating Bushnell Prairie City Avon as well, or Bushnell Prairie City, I should say, 60-39. Will, tell us about the Suns Classic, buddy.
Suns Classic to Southeastern. We would go where Trevor Knipe is going to spot up and nail 3 over Nathan Schaefer. More range from West Hancock this time. Devin Rings will be good from 3 deep. Then in transition, Cole Fox with the nice feed to Drew Beeler for an easy deuce. Titans up 41-29 after 3. This is where things would change. Cole Phillips going to find Tyler Heumann for the bucket and the foul. Then Phillips is going to penetrate the lane, let off a floater that he gets to go. Central down just 5 at this point. Next trip down the floor, there's Hyman again from the corner. Central now up 1. Austin Cranberg going to put the Panthers up for good right here with a little and 1 action. West Hancock and a chance to tie it, but it's going to fall short. Central is going to come back and win this one 54-51. Let's take you to the nightcap in the Suns Classic right here. Southeastern against Unity in this one. We'll start things off down low where Shea Flesner is going to give a no-look pass to the big fella, Dwyler Kelly, for the bucket and the foul. Unity now in transition. Dylan Schaefer with a little reverse off the glass. That Winston Smith going to get a tough runner to go right here. Thomas Fielding would answer with a nice jumper from the top of the key. Nice little range right there. Unity again. Nick Dorothy with the lay-in down low. Strong finish right there. But Flesner going to start to get his jumper going as he hits from the corner right there. Then Smith off the inbound with the lay-in in traffic. Southeastern would hold on in this one 45-43.
Great stuff, Will. Let's take you back to the Saki Classic. Pool A play, all kinds of permutations. Macomb, if they win, they're going to the championship. Payson needs to beat Macomb and hold Macomb to 30. Early on, that looked like a possibility. Lance Buellin fueling the tough start for the Indians. And Cody Hildebrand, who would become this tournament's all-time leading scorer with a great take right there. Tell you what, it was a 13-1 run out of the gate. Jeremy Anderson, though, would get his team hot, and it would come from this fella. Yet again, Blake Louderman, as good as they get, takes the 3 right there, and then he penetrates. Louderman didn't miss a shot early in this game. Kid has been ridiculously good all week long. Tell you what, though, at the end of the first, how about some more Louderman? Yeah, you got it going. First half, all of a sudden, what had been a huge lead was shrunk down to 4. However, Payson Seymour ends the first half on an up note. Hildebrand to beat the buzzer. That's the way you run a buzzer beater. It's 23-15 Payson at the half. Third quarter, though, the domain of DJ Williams. Big take right here. Had a nice flush slam dunk as well. DJ getting his team all the way back to within 2 at that point. More to come from the Bombers in just a second, but Payson trying to answer the cause. Cody Hildebrand, who had 21 points on the day. Nice take at the other end, flying out of things on the run out. Louderman would answer. Every time they called his name, this kid was nails. Buries the 3 at that point. Louderman all over the place, but Payson made big plays down the stretch to build as much as a 4-point lead. It's Lance Buelig. Boy, this kid is good. Just knocking down the 3 right there. How about this beautiful pass from Hildebrand to Hunter Flesner, who's just been the energy guy for the Indians this run. As I said, up by as many as 4, although Macomb had a chance to try to win this thing twice in the final 10 seconds. Down just 1, they end up not being able to do it. Gage Klitz, 2 tip-aways, 42-41, your final. That means that if Alton Marquette would win, they would end up going to the championship game against the winner of Pool B. That's Dion Lavender. Western in the house today, checking him out, the Division I recruit. Although Western, the Wildcats, the high school version instead of Western Illinois, playing pretty well early in this game. You saw Isaac Hively with a jumper. This is Donovan Schwanke with a 3, and then just everything kind of cooled off awfully for Western. Here comes Dion Lavender again. He had 36 in this game as Alton Marquette improves to the championship game and gets the big win today. Final count in this one sees Alton Marquette victorious in a runaway. 56-25 was your final. Will, they would play Liberty if Liberty could win today. You've got those highlights, buddy.
That's right. Back to the Saki tournament where Illini West would run into that stingy Liberty defense. And they also ran into this man, Michael Blewett, who has a nice post move inside right there, going to get it to go. Then Blewett's going to drive, spin with a little floater that he gets the roll and gets fouled. Liberty ahead early. Shortly after, it's going to be Blewett running the floor, this time dishing it to Brett Gengenbacher, who lays it in. Illini West trying to get back into it as Cole Mellinger hits the baseline J right here. Then there's Blewett again. He's going to come off his screen and show off his mid-range game, feeling that one all game. Liberty in transition. Austin Mass will find his buddy Cole Wellman who lays it in for the easy finish. Liberty would cruise in this one, 48-29.
And we've got one score from the nightcap. Will, how about Pittsfield? What the Saukeys end up doing?
Pittsfield gets it done over Pleasant Plains, 59-51. Wade Smith had 24 points in that one.
Indeed, so it will be Alt Margate versus Liberty coming up tomorrow in the championship game. Those highlights on a loaded overtime. Let's do a little girls action today. Quincy High School opening their Thanksgiving tournament against East St. Louis. Ugly first quarter shooting-wise until the final 2 minutes for Quincy High School. That's when the offense comes alive. McKenna Baker on the inside. First field goal for her team. 27 seconds later, they would get their second to beat the buzzer. This time it's Ashley Dolman, the longest possible through her foot on the line. That closes Quincy High School to within 10-9 at that point. Big trouble in the second quarter. The Blue Devils held without a field goal in that frame. Third quarter, they try to rally back from an 18-point deficit. Off the inbound pass, young Miss Edwards. Nice take for her. And then check out Reagan Wellman. This young lady is going to be really good. Great defense from her right here as she gets the steal, the swipe, and the swoop at the other end. Unfortunately, Quincy High lost a pair today and struggled mightily in both of those games. More action from the Blue Devils coming up tomorrow on overtime as well. A couple of football scores I want to pass along of regional interest state championship games. Helias falls prey to that Webb City team, which won its 12th, I repeat, 12th state championship today. Hannibal knows they played Webb City a couple of years ago. That program is just ridiculous. And that's a really good Helias team. They held to 14 points today. And Rochester, for those of you who think only parochial schools end up winning state championships in the state of Illinois, here stands Derek Leonard and the Rockets. Nice to see them get the victory today for the Central State 8. 16-8 your final. It is Rochester's fourth straight state title. My goodness. Can the Leonards coach, particularly young Derek right now, as Rochester gets the win 16-8. Again, they are the first non-private school to win 4 state championships in a row. So congratulations to the Rochester Rockets representing. Will, big Saturday tomorrow?
Big Saturday, and we're going to have all the action from all the finals and the tournaments all over the area. So make sure you stay with us tomorrow night. And Chris, it's going to be exciting.
It will be exciting. Exciting to have you here. By the way, we're here at 10:30 tomorrow night, 1/2 hour, all your playoff action from everywhere, including all the usual goodies, Con Communication Connection. We've also got the Seeds of Greatness for you. Good to have this guy here. He's knocking it out of the park. Will, great job, buddy. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 10:30. Right here, I should say, for the Big Overtime Show. Have a great holiday weekend.